All right, we have been keeping our eyes on the forecast all day long. Obviously, a lot of rain moving through. We're being told there is a tornado warning that just came through the area in Montgomery County. We know that Mike and Caitlin are getting into place right now.
Yeah, Caitlin, take it away.
Marina and Jim coming a little early, actually. A bit of surprise here, but we just saw that a tornado warning was issued for Montgomery County. So this is under that band of very heavy rainfall that's just along and east of 270. Warning was just issued. This goes until 6 p.m. So if you are in this red box, this part of Montgomery County, you want to take shelter immediately. Enough rotation detected within this storm to prompt that tornado warning. I'm going to step off and put radar back on so you can get a better idea of what it looks like. This has been an area of heavy rain that we've been tracking for the past couple of hours. It's lifted through D.C. and up across parts of Montgomery County. And this is the area of it. I'm going to point at it right there. We just paused it. So this is the part of the storm. And that purple box is the tornado warning, which is now overlaid on top of it. So again, east of Gaithersburg and Rockville, it's a small sliver of Montgomery County. You're just north and west of Aspen Hill, including Route 28 up to about Route 124. This is the area that's prompted the tornado warning. It's a little hard to see within here. It's not really your traditional hook. It's more of what we call an S-curve within this cell, but there is a couplet showing up. This is the velocity signature, so it's showing winds turning towards and away from the radar, enough to detect rotation. So Mike is circling right here, right along and north of Route 28, where the tornado would be that's embedded within this storm. And I say storm, but this is a little bit of an unusual event with the tornado warnings that we're seeing right now and that we're going to continue to see later this evening. They're not traditional storms with lots of thunder and lightning. It's really just rain, but the twisting of the winds in there can cause the cell to rotate, and it can produce a tornado. So Avery over towards Sycamore Acres, towards Manor Park, these are some of the communities that would be right under the part of the storm that's producing the tornado. It is lifting off to the northwest, and it would be, right on Avery, but headed towards Redland and crossing the ICC. That's Route 200 that goes right through Montgomery County. So you two communities are in the path of the storm. This is, again, right between two very populated areas, Gaithersburg and Olney. So those small neighborhoods that I did just mention here in central and eastern sections of Montgomery County. This is kind of the tail end of a line of downpours that have been moving through Montgomery County, lifting up towards Frederick County. And it's just at the base of this downpour, there's enough twisting of the wind to prompt that tornado warning. We do have a Rockville camera that we will take a look at. We'll see if we can box it in. There we go. And yeah, that does look pretty formidable, as I'm going to take a step off screen and look at that myself, because you can kind of see this is from our Fox 5 Sky Cam near the Boulevard Apartments in Rockville. I'm guessing this is Rockville looking off towards the east, but certainly shows some sort of movement within the cloud deck there at the kind of the base of that downpour. And we're going to continue to spin that camera around to see what sort of view we can get. I think that was the best view that we had, that original point right there, because you can at least kind of see the base of the storm. Yeah, you can see the base of that cloud deck right there, and how it's kind of lowering towards the horizon. So that would probably be the part of the storm that we're watching within this tornado warning here. So again, this is east of Rockville, just north and west of Aspen Hill, lifting northward. And that right there that Mike is pointing with that red arrow, that's the part of the storm where we have a velocity couplet. That's where the rotation is. And that's what's lifting off to the north and west, and kind of just alongside 270. So you can just imagine being parallel to 270. You're really not that far off of it, just on to more local roads here, north of Route 28, and then just up and along the ICC. We continue to show you that camera in Rockville, and it does show some pretty scary looking cloud formations there, almost like a little bit of a roll cloud there at the base of it. But anyways, that's where the storm is. Our Rockville cameras has a good sense of it, or at least that's the part of the storm that's rotating, that's producing the tornado warning. And again, this is moving off to the north. It's within the confines of that box. We'll put radar right back on, and you can see it's really just the bottom part of this line of downpours that's pushing all the way through Montgomery County. That's really heavy rain, by the way. I do want to add blinding rain. These are tropical downpours that are just dumping, and we've seen them all day, these off and on really heavy rain bands. So you can't see anything when you're underneath them, and whatever's rotating in there is underneath this very heavy pocket of rain. So looks like maybe, Mike, they're continuing that tornado warning as we just got a reissuance of it.
They just kind of updated it and
yeah,
shortened where they think the rotation is. Caitlin, I would also say watch that little rotation north of Gaithersburg right there.
Here.
It's not under a warning right now, but this right here is something to keep an eye on too. It's not warned at the moment. It's this cell down here that's warned.
Yeah.
But this could be the start of what could be a very active night tornado-wise across parts of our region here.
Yeah, and that's part of the same area of rain that's lifting from south to north. We are just really getting into the beginning of the rain associated with Debby. And as we get deeper into tonight, we're going to get closer into the center of the circulation of Debby, now a tropical depression. But there's plenty of spinning feeder bands within that storm that could produce rotation through the rest of tonight. So we continue to see the Rockville camera there that we've taken full, that's kind of positioned towards this storm where the tornado warning is. If you want to take me full, we can get a path on this and get you a better idea of what communities are in the path of this storm. Thanks, guys. So Redland, Montgomery Village, Prathertown, Woodfield, Damascus. These are all towns in Montgomery County that are just to the east of 270, and you are all kind of in the path of this tornado warning and of the part of the storm that's rotating. We continue to see this little area of rotation right here. It doesn't take much. It's at the bottom part of this line of heavy rain, but it is right over the ICC. So as we get in a little bit closer between Sycamore Acres and Redland, yeah, this is great. This is our street level mapping, so we can literally see the neighborhood. If you're in this area and you recognize some of these street names, these towns, these communities in Montgomery County, this is where you want to be taking shelter. This is where you do not want to be heading outside into the storm, even as it's moving away from you, lifting off to the north and west. So Bowie Mill Road and Applewood Lane, these two roads that are kind of coming off the ICC, this is the part of the storm that's rotating. You see the green, you see the red. To us, that indicates rotation. That's the velocity signature that would prompted this tornado warning. And this purple box is the actual tornado warning that goes until 6 p.m. So if you live in any of these communities between Sycamore Acres and Redland, this warning goes until 6 p.m. And we could have more tornado warnings. In fact, we likely will. It's not even 6 o'clock on this Thursday evening as we're just starting to get the real heavy rain from Debby moving in here. We expect a renewed tornado threat late tonight and through early tomorrow morning. So for now, it's between Olney and Gaithersburg that we're watching in Montgomery County. There's radar. This is radar, and it's showing you this is how radar is going to look through the rest of tonight. Bands are going to be lifting from south to north, and as they do so, they could start to twist and turn. That's rotation within some of these bands of rain, and that's what will prompt the tornado warnings. To the east, you've got a pocket of heavy rain right over the Montgomery and Howard County border. You've also got heavy rain up into southern Frederick County, more rain back into northern Virginia, including that flash flood warning for parts of Fauquier and Clark counties in Virginia. So this is just our one tornado warning, and this is not your typical sort of setup with tornado warnings on severe weather days. You might not hear thunder, you might not see lightning. In fact, you probably will only experience heavy rain, and a lot of these signatures can be rain wrapped within these heavier bands associated with Debby. So this is sort of the curvature that we're still watching on the northern part of the tornado warning. This is now kind of moving away from Aspen Hill towards Laytonsville, which is under very heavy rain right now, and that snakes all the way up to more northern sections of Montgomery County. So as you get towards Damascus, you're seeing some heavy rain. You're not under the tornado warning. Damascus, Laytonsville, you're not either. But this is the area, and this is what started as a signature just near Aspen Hill that prompted the tornado warning, and now it's kind of spread out a little bit, but it's still a bit of a couplet.
The
right
National
there.
Weather Service notes that they're monitoring the fact that it's elongating, and they think that they're going to allow this one to drop coming up here within the next 5 minutes. But still, tornado warning in place, so we want everybody to stay cautious there, just off to the east of Gaithersburg. But you're right. I mean, we have lightning tracker on, and there's no lightning being picked up on lightning tracker. So you really got to stay extra cautious today.
And that's the other thing about heading out tonight and tomorrow. Multi-threats with Debby. So it's, yes, the tornado threat, and they're on a very micro level, and they can be issued without any thunder or lightning or a traditional thunderstorm, but also the flooding threat. We were just expanded into a flood watch here in the D.C. metro, so the whole area, I think everyone except Southern Maryland and maybe Southeast Virginia is in a flood watch. Here it is. Thank you, Mike. So in green, this is the flood watch, which is now in effect and is going to run through tonight and the first half of tomorrow morning. So flooding becomes a big concern, too. These downpours are dumping, and we're just getting started. So it's easy to get some flash flooding, which is when the water is just rising so quickly, and it's dangerous to be out on the roads. It can even be dangerous to be walking around in it. But then you can get more long-term flooding where the streams and creeks are coming out of their banks and you have ponding on the roadways. So this is a very significant weather event that's already starting to unfold. And this tornado warning, which is just going to run for a few more minutes here in Montgomery County. We don't think it'll be reissued, but we may have more as we go through the rest of the evening. So that's certainly not out of the question. But this rain and that part of the storm in central Montgomery County all lifting off to the north. So Damascus seeing heavy rain, Frederick seeing heavy rain, and then you've got another pocket of heavy rain right over the border here, Montgomery into Howard County. So this will likely be an all-rain event, but in some of those rain bands, you can see that rotation, and National Weather Service will not be afraid to issue a tornado warning. If you hear that warning as we go through the rest of the evening, you want to take it seriously. Get to your basement. It's going to be hard to see because these are likely going to be embedded in rain, as well as it'll be dark soon, and you just don't want to take any chances. So again, there's that warning that's going to expire soon. It was issued just east of Gaithersburg at about 5:40, 5:45, and it is going to run for just a couple more minutes as we get right up into the 6 o'clock hour. And there is still a little bit of velocity being shown here on our tracker. This is what we'll be continuing to show all evening, by the way, if we have more tornado warnings, is this velocity tracker. It gives us a good idea of where the tornado is embedded within that area of heavy rain. So Mike and I were on here, I guess it was a couple months ago when we did tornadoes in Gaithersburg, and it was a very serious event with multiple severe thunderstorms causing tornadoes, but they were the more traditional type. This is a different scenario, and Mike is pointing out just east of Montgomery Village right here, where we still are seeing a bit of that velocity signature, a bit of a twisting of the winds. So that does bear watching even as this warning expires, as this kind of lifts off to the northwest and goes straight through Montgomery Village. Here's another look at radar as the rain kind of just fills, as it continues to fill in.
And
yes, Mike?
Caitlin, that they did report, there were a couple reports of a funnel cloud being
near
the Grosvenor Metro station, but nothing confirmed on the ground. And again, National Weather Service is noting that the rotation does look like it's stretching out, weakening.
Yep.
So they think that they will allow this to drop in just about 1 minute here as we get you ready for Fox 5 News at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, that sounds great. We are just about at 6 o'clock. We're going to reset with our broadcast here, Fox 5 News at 6. We'll, of course, give you a whole new weather update besides just this tornado warning that's about to expire, but everything else that we do expect as we go through the rest of the evening. It's going to be a long night, and this is going to go straight through your Friday morning. Impacts with Debbie as the outer bands are just pushing through now. This is the beginning. And yeah, Mike's zooming out so you can get a big, wide view of how much real estate Debbie is taking up and how long we've got to go before this whole storm moves through. It will start to pick up some speed late tonight and be out of here by this time tomorrow, but in the short term, we've got many hours, and you can see several bands stacked up of the heavy rain. They've had a lot of tornado warnings down across portions of North Carolina today. Southeastern Virginia has had some tornado warnings. It seems, had some funnel clouds within that cell that was just east of Rockville in Montgomery County.
And it looks like they've dropped that warning, so that warning has been allowed to expire as of 6 o'clock.
Okay, so our tornado warning has been dropped. We were going to give you a full weather update on the rest of the evening coming up in just a little bit. But first, let's rejoin our Fox 5 News at 6 p.m.
Right now at 6, Debbie downpours. The tropical storm bringing heavy rain and potential flooding across the DMV. The Fox 5 weather team tracking the latest conditions. 4th of July shooting. The man accused of killing a child at a block party makes his first court appearance. What a judge ruled. And protecting renters. New laws in place after a deadly Silver Spring apartment fire. The changes you need to know about as the news at 6 starts now. And off the top here at 6, you just heard that. A tornado warning just expiring in Montgomery County. It comes as Tropical Storm Debby brings heavy rain to the DMV.
Let's get you a live look at the conditions right now. This is the view from our cameras across our Fox 5 Skycam network. All of this rain leading to worries of potential floods. But as you just heard, that is not all that we are worried about at this hour. A lot of tornadic behavior that is being watched right now. Caitlin Roth just off the air about a minute ago, keeping us all up to date and all safe. What's the look of this forecast at this point?
Yeah, Kenneth and Angie, it's going to be a long night as we're kind of just getting started with Debby moving in, bringing that heavy rain, now a tropical depression. But we did just have a tornado warning for parts of Montgomery County, funnel clouds spotted east of Rockville. So already getting that twisting and turning within some of these rain bands that will produce tornado warnings. And I'm afraid we'll probably have more by the time all is said and done, 24 hours from now. Here's Debby, tropical depression as of 5 p.m. Wind sustained in the center of circulation at 35 miles an hour, moving to the northwest at 10 miles an hour. We've had off and on downpours through the afternoon and evening here. That's that northernmost band, which is pushing north of D.C. and into more northern sections of Maryland. But look at all this rain to the south. This is the real heavy stuff from Richmond to Charlottesville and moving up the spine of the Appalachians. This will bring the big flood threat to western sections of our area. But truly, there's a concern for flash flooding anytime you're under one of these tropical downpours. So here's what we've got over Howard County, Montgomery County, heavy rain pushing through Frederick. The area that was just warned for a tornado in central Montgomery County, that is no longer producing any rotation. That warning was dropped, but we still have those heavy rain bands pushing from Clarksburg into Manassas up into Frederick. Flash flood warning continues for parts of Fauquier County, just west of Middleburg, where they've just had a persistent band of rain sitting over them. Flood watch was expanded eastward last hour to include the D.C. and Baltimore metros, so almost everybody, exception Southeast Virginia and Southern Maryland, is under that flood watch. In red, that's a tornado watch to our south. This will likely be reissued farther northward into our area for the rest of the evening. So live look out at Rockville. Ominous skies just about everywhere you go. Temperatures are in the 70s, rain being reported on and off across much of the DMV. So as we get through the rest of the evening, be ready for rain, heavy at times, and also that concern for severe weather. And when we mean severe weather, it's not your traditional thunderstorms, lightning, hail, those sorts of things, but it is rotation. So isolated tornadoes, certainly an issue through the rest of the evening. This area highlighted in yellow, basically the Potomac and points west, the best chance of seeing that overnight tonight into early Friday morning. Rainfall amounts look to be heaviest just to the west of D.C., 3, 4, 5 inches. But like I said, anytime you're under one of those bands, you could easily get some flash flooding. So heavy rain and tornadoes and reduced visibility when you're going to be outside. Try not to be on the roads if you don't have to through tonight. All some hazards, and I'll get you future casts show you how this will play out through the rest of your Friday coming up in just a bit. Angie and Kenneth.
Caitlin.